record this doggone video and keep going, okay? So yesterday, dang girl, you should get up. But I'm not gonna get up, okay? Because I am lounging. I'm tired. So anywho, yesterday I decided I decided to go to the grocery store, and I didn't go to like the grocery store. Well, it's a lot of grocery stores where I'm at because I'm in the center of the town or the city that I'm in. And how I'm positioned, it's like one, two. It's like they have grocery stores everywhere in the city, but they have like the main grocery stores, like the Krogers and the WalMarts and all. It's definitely like it's really, really close. They're close. So I had went to one of the near stores, one of the near, larger food chains, and usually it's packed with everything in there, and because there's so many in this one city, um, there's abundance of things, and not only that, especially like with produce and farm products and things, we have a lot of it because we're in the Midwest. Uh, excuse me. And this is the land where they farm it. I'm in a farming state, okay, and so a lot of the places where they are lacking at, and I'm in a spot where this the place that I'm at is like I call it a town because it's like a city and a town because it's separated by like city life. You can have city life and you can have farm life in this vicinity. That's just how it's built, and that's how they keep and create their own wealth. So anywho, I went into the store, um, going for produce and things, and I see, oh, excuse me, I see there's nothing on the clearance aisle for produce. Not only that, there's nothing. It's barely empty on the shelves, y'all. I went for garlic, and they had these little bitty bulbs. Thank God that I've already been, taking other steps for things. For garlic. Now I'm not gonna say other things, but for garlic because I use garlic quite a bit. Um, and I saw that it was like little to nothing on these shelves, and I'm like, whoa, what is going on? And I'm everybody else, but all the other like things that were prepackaged, there was so many of those. It was so much of that. Uh, oh, excuse me. It was so much of it that it was literally ridiculous. And I'm like asking the people like, what's going on? And they're like, we're running out of produce. And I'm sitting in my head like, how can you run out of produce but you have all these other extra packages of other stuff? Like how? It makes no sense, y'all. It makes no sense. And then not only that, people was just like, that's no big deal. We can still eat. So at least it's better. We can still eat. And I'm sitting in my head like, yeah, but for how long? You cannot be fully replenished off of packaged goods. I don't care what nobody said. I tried to live that way. It was not good. And you just don't have enough brain power and focus. Not only that, as I'm leaving the market, um, I rode my bike. I didn't even drive. It was, excuse me, it was late at night, so I didn't really want to walk too far because you have to go through another neighborhood. Even though it's only, like I said, it's only like maybe 3 blocks, but my neighborhood looks different from the neighborhood around it. So I didn't want to, I didn't mind um, walking to it, but I would mind if I stayed later, if I decided to do something else, walking back. And so that's why I took my bike. And plus, I was getting a little bit of items. So as I'm coming back, I'm going through the parks and I see all these kids and all these young people, even older people, they're out and they're just lollygagging there, like, oh, I don't care, let's turn up, all this kind of stuff. And I'm sitting in my head like, did y'all just not forget about earlier this year what we were still facing? Like, we just got stuff lifted off. It's other places that are still dealing with this stuff. I have you just not forgotten? And I'm not saying that because, oh, because I want people to live in fear. But it was something to realize, like, you have to be observant of what is going around you. Who's to say, we know that tomorrow's not promised, but who's to say that this won't happen again? Who's to say that if something else kick off that you're going to be able to um feed yourself and feed your family? Who's to say that? You can't. Most of those people, I'm sure they couldn't say that. A lot of those people went out to relieve themselves, to have some form of relaxation. And you can't think of that no more. We are in different living times, and that's why I said people need to really, really get real as to what they're looking at and what is going ahead. You can't turn a blind eye to things anymore. You can no longer turn a blind eye to anything. How your walk is, how you act in this world, how you excuse me, how you live every single day. You cannot turn a blind eye. It reminded me of even the dream I told you guys about, how I was seeing people, going back, and it was like a road, and the cars were going back and forth, and other people were doing something totally different, and nobody could notice what the people were doing across the street. That's exactly how I felt. It was just people were still going back to doing as they usually do, getting drunk, getting toe up, acting as if they didn't have things restricted from them. Instead of preparing, making sure everything is okay for when something else comes, or turns left. Am I gonna be stable? Am I gonna have a roof over my head? A lot of things were closed down, y'all. A lot of things were closed down, and jobs were limited, and then there were jobs were plenty, because a lot of people just said, "Forget this. I'm not taking this. I'm out of here." But yeah, yeah, y'all, like, you got to get real. You can't live in the what if anymore. God is not allowing us to do that. And that was something that I really wanted to share with you guys. You can't even, and I don't even take, and people might think that that's weird, but I don't even second guess who I'm around anymore, or who's getting what I'm feeling, or anything like that. The right people will get it. The people who are not there yet, they're not gonna get it until later. And some people will never get it. They're never gonna get it. But I don't even take my I don't even look at my connections the same way. If you're all about going back to what used to be, understanding that it's never going to be that way, I'm not connecting with you. I'm not, I just don't connect. I don't connect. Okay, because that's just crazy, you know. Another thing I noticed when I got in my car earlier this morning, because I had to do some outside work, and I was at the gas station, and I'm filling up. Okay, grateful that I can fill up. Okay, because there was a time, man. And I hear this lady, and she's like, I barely have time for this, to feed this and put, enough food in my kid's mouth. But forget it, I'm about to go turn up. I'm about to go, you know, alleviate. She was using another form of escapism. Uh, and go have some fun. So I'm gonna fill this tank up, and I'm gonna go out of town. Instead of handling my responsibilities, I'm gonna go out town and do all this other stuff, and because that's what's gonna make me feel better. And it's like, you can't do that anymore. You cannot. Um, and if you stay connected, I didn't think about connectivity as much as I do now. See, when people who are like that and they're escaping things, they will want to take you for the ride, meaning they will want to give you They will want you to lend an ear to them, listen to their sob stories as far as, what has happened because they haven't faced their demons. Instead of working on the problem and just doing the hard work, and working on the things, they're gonna cry. They're gonna try to use a way to escape. And you being there, even though you might be taking care of your business, is gonna slow you down because now you're giving them a listening ear, which sometimes can give them confirmation, an automatic signal for confirmation to continue what they do. Um, Not only that, it can drag you down because now you got to take your emotions, from things that you was gonna do on top of their emotions and figure out how to navigate and to complete your task. So, um, I'm saying this because hopefully this can help somebody get themselves and get their lives back centered and back on focus. Everyone has options. Everyone has options. Everyone has choices. Um, and you're not in control of anyone else's choices, just like I'm not in control of other people's choices. But you gotta get real. You gotta get real in these situations, in these scenarios, because you don't want to be left out. Okay. I'm gonna get off of here. Hopefully, something I said or done will help you on your journey. Please stay tuned to Journey to Jerusalem. Bye.